Yep.
It was cold. Nobody liked me. I was a manager. Your salespeople hate you. You lose friends. When you are down there, you're lying down.
Yeah.
Get up,
Yeah.
get up. When you start landing your nerves, that's where I believe failure will come after.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to Senimerge podcast. Hari ni aku excited berhabis ni. Aku lupa ni untuk episod ni berhabis. Pasal I would consider this person as my brother. Pasal pasar ni jasanya ya. Banyak yang buat lah. In fact, kalau aku ada macam perlu someone untuk minta advice, this is the person. So without further ado, let's just welcome. Apa ni dia address? DJ Mirul ke?
My name, okay. Then let me introduce myself to your audience, Mahfiz. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mirul. I am nobody in a sense where if people were to ask, who am I? It's just someone who just goes by. Who just goes to people, places to places. And then after that, just making sure that I only deliver good messages, inshallah. And if anyone wants advice in any kind of way, inshallah, I will, the thing is you analyze, and then after that you try to find the best way to solve their problem. And if you have the true the true keikhlasan to solve someone's problem, inshallah, you'll always find that solution. So I am just me.
Mana pasal kira kan so far lah none of your advice tu macam indah pakai. Macam kebanyakannya it solves my problem lah. Macam mana boleh ni selalu membagi solution yang terbaik kan juga. Alhamdulillah. And then you are one of the person yang responsible for me to get into my previous work.
Sure,
alhamdulillah. So dari sana pun banyak pengalaman. Kalau bukan pasal that work, they will never be Senimerge.
Sure, alhamdulillah. I
Never.
think I'll follow up on that one. Pasal when you told me you thanked me for getting to where your old work was. I remember the first thing you said to me when I asked you the question. I said, "Is there anything I need to know about you yang barangkali is less than positive?" And then you told me honestly that you have a little bit of a temper. Cuma tu. Kadang-kadang when you're working, dia boleh dikacau. And when you're already in the zone, it's like when someone says, tukar tu. So as a designer, as a graphics designer, it hurts. And then I think I replied to you, if I remember correctly, I said, as someone who is also in the line of seni or art. I mean, I used to be in the entertainment industry. I used to make music. I used to do lyrics and everything. It hurts 100%. Whenever anyone says, "Wah, jangan cuma tu," like, who you? Adi aku punya art, come on, It's like, don't do that. It's like you feel that way, but at the same time, this is where you as an artist will always need to at least buka sedikit. Buka kita ni punya minda. We open our eyes. We think more than what we can do, but instead we think more on what is possible out there. So that's why when the interview was done and I asked you one thing, if it was something that I would have to ask you that is less positive, and you said you had a temper, and I think I replied to you with being able to relate to you. So I think if I had any advice for anyone who wants to advise anyone else, is try to relate. Kenapa you bad temper? And is being bad tempered or having a temper bad, or is it supposed to be good? And I think it's a positive because of course siapa je marah. When you're in the zone, it's like suddenly someone says, you're already and suddenly it's like, Daniel, like come on, let's be considerate. So I would face it that way. Let's be considerate. You say indah boleh. How can we bolehkan? This goes to another subject, which is a lot of people say, Brunei ni banyak the possible lah. MIB, all of this, So this is very sensitive subject. But I will always tell all of my marketing bosses dulu, They say, how you want to do that? Mirul, how you think you can do that?
Yep.
I was like, how you think you cannot do that? I said, everything possible, man. And then they said, you have rules, regulations. Yeah, so follow the rules and regulations. And I'm not trying to bend it. I'm following the rules and regulations.
Yep.
If I follow the rules and regulations, then it's gonna be possible. I don't care what anyone says. MIB ke apa ini? Of course, MIB Islam is in there. So that means music is automatically haram. That's it. But at the same time, there's always some ways that you can go about it. And if you really want to do it, you'll do it. Which one to suggest? Anything. So suppose, for example, someone without money wants to start a business. If he really wanted to do it, guess what? He's gonna do it. I don't care what people say. You know? So it goes to that.
See?
Yeah.
Yes.
Macam mana boleh? I don't know.
Macam mana boleh ha?
I don't, because if you stop your mind from thinking semua ni is possible, then that's where you will stop asking, you will stop producing. Producing, like for example, in my head, I will always say everything is possible. Everything is possible. Of course, within reason, within the time limit and everything, within the possibilities of where you are or how you are. So, for example, I want to be a millionaire. Of course, possible. Dude, who says you cannot be? You know, whether it's true or not, that's, as I know, what did he say? Joey, jadim tak jadim, belakang kiram. Yang penting semua orang faham. So basically, it's jadi tak jadi is belakang kira. But you as someone who is asking me, is it possible if I'm a millionaire? Yes. I'm always going to say yes. Pasal who am I to say no? Macam tu lah.
Sekarang kalau kita ni rasa kita ni dapat, memang dah dapat.
Correct.
Memang dah dapat.
And that's why when you ask me, macam mana boleh your advice semua sekali jadi? It's not me, it's you. It's you, it's never me. I'm only there to encourage you. Apa you mau buat? I want to do Senimerge. Go. Do it. I didn't tell you. I can't tell you. You have to do it. Whatever it is, you mau jadi artis. Go. Kenapa dia nyanyi?
Belajar.
Why can't? I'm just gonna say go. You really want kan? You go lah. You know what I mean?
Benar.
It might sound harsh, but I have nothing to do with your success. I have nothing to do with their success. I have nothing to do with her asking my advice and suddenly getting married and something like that. And being a successful, family unit and all that. It's not me. It's them. It's all on you.
Benar.
So when you ask me, "Macam mana boleh your advice work?" It wasn't me, dude. It was you.
Really?
I was just there.
Okay.
I was just there.
Tapi thank you for being with me every time I need lah, brothers, especially during the COVID tu.
Oh yes. I remember it was very hard for a lot of people. And one of them was my friend. And I said, if my friend asks me for help, I'm going to be there. By hook or by crook, I'm going to be there.
I remember hari tu macam aku baru berhenti kerajaan tu. Sekali unexpectedly ada COVID second wave hits. Sekali macam turns out aku terpaksa jual mask betul, and you are the one yang
I was like, kalau Mahfiz jual, I'm gonna take it. I was like, I was saying that to myself. And then of course, if you think about it, COVID was a turning point for a lot of people. A lot of businesses, a lot of individuals. Ada individuals yang dari orang nakal jadi baik. Ada yang dari baik jadi nakal. Ada business, $1 million business jadi thousands of dollars business only. Some business that grew from 0 to 100 to 1 million. And you know who I'm talking about. I mean, you have an idea who I am talking about. So all these physical businesses went down, but all the online businesses went up. So COVID was, in a sense, for the world, a turning point on, or macam that experiment where possible kan, if everything is done online. So now I'll talk in the basis of car industry, because I was in the car industry when I was when it was a COVID. During that time, number one, everyone got scared. Semua orang takut. Macam mana ni? And guess what? That fear equal to orang menurunkan gaji orang.
Benar.
So a lot of people got pay cuts and all that. And with pay cuts, banks had to try and find a way businesses that were, that were based on walk-ins, customers, and everything, had to think of ways to find customers, number one, and number two, how to close these customers without any kind of interaction, without any kind of orang meet that is but boleh menjadikan COVID itu spread. So this was, to me, COVID-19 was a positive thing to me. I mean, some people would think it's negative. Yes, of course, ada negatifnya. But in life, I think if you keep dwelling on the negative, that's where everything that's why, and then as an individual, if it was me and I took COVID-19 as a negative, I wouldn't be where I am today. So COVID-19 was like an experiment. I think it was the world trying to say, chill, you can stay at home, be with your family, at the same time make money. Serious. I believe you.
In fact, masa COVID-19 itu kan, you remember my previous freelance, macam buat video, events apa tu kan?
Correct.
Real estate. When COVID hits, kira kan langsung ada event apa tu?
Langsung ada. That's true.
Ada yang
that's true. It's like
refund.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the turning point for me. Kira kan, what if this thing happen lagi? Sekali, macam mana aku kan make a business model yang orang boleh work from home.
Sure.
All the digital itu digunakan sepenuhnya kan. So alhamdulillah lah kira kan, walaupun masa tu terpaksa berjual emas.
Of course, yeah. The thing is you thought it was terpaksa, but it was a necessity at that time. So people wanted to buy it. Macam tu. Macam this is interesting about going into orang punya latar belakang or orang punya chain of thoughts, as I would say. It's very interesting because it's something that me as just to let everyone know, I'm a salesman, and I do this every time with a customer. I analyze, I try to ask them questions that then I could understand and then offer them the right products. So you just gave me a chain of thought on how you felt selling the mask was, and you felt that selling the mask was terpaksa. To me, walaupun you rasa terpaksa, tapi sebenarnya it was a necessity for everyone else. So imagine if at that time your mindset of terpaksa, you changed it into, this is my opportunity. And I will take it. Bukan terpaksa. Imagine how much bigger it would have been, right? So having a chain of thought that is right is always very important. So what I'm trying to say is, well, as a salesman or someone who sells products, I like to analyze and ask questions when it comes to customers. When they walk in, I would first analyze, kayak cerita pada orang. So I'm a car salesman. Okay, so imagine I'm a car salesman, and then I see you walking in, and I see you, kayak cerita kitchen. 4 orang ni. Ada bininya, lakinya, amahnya, and anaknya seorang. Dalam parutnya ada lagi seorang. So that's 5, right? So first things first, my brain automatically arranges a car to sell to them. And then I ask questions. Assalamualaikum, how are you? How are you doing? I got 3 more kids at home. It's like, oh my goodness. Toto, that car, aku imagine, hilang, I have to think of another car now, So this is very important for every business as well. You need to
adjust.
Adjust, be able to adapt, of course, but at the same time, always have this one thing at the end of the road, a goal. And from that goal, you put down siapa you want to target. And who you want to target is not up to the consumers itself, is up to you. Pasal your marketing will equal to who you want to reach.
I see.
Am I right or am I wrong? Because let's say for example, I'm Mahfiz. It's COVID-19, and I want to sell spend it instead. How much more if I sold, a mask, and then I sell spend it instead? It's like, how much more sales in masks would it be rather than spin down? You know what I mean? It's I don't know why I said spend it, but.
Okay. Just to cover up. Okay. Ini real case dari itu. Lepas mask dia punya from the first batch sama second batch itu crazy lah dia punya improvementnya lah. I remember aku telefon kita. Aku, okay kena aku punya ada delay ada kan ada masalah. Sekali lepas tu it was booming the second batch. Sekali aku, why not jual baju.
Sure.
Doesn't work.
True. Masa COVID, baju was like
doesn't work. Ya kan.
Cuma tu lah.
Ya
I don't really
Tapi
want
the
baju.
mask tu kalau aku buka another batch lepas satu
At that time,
baik juga aku stop at one point pasal the trend berubah. Instead of yang pakai printed mask,
People
orang
wanted to
pakai
use
yang 3D
the
tu.
3D,
3D ya. So
Yeah.
ada masa-masanya macam small window tu perlu juga.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And when you see the opportunity, take it.
Take it.
Take it. Walaupun dia sekejap saja.
Ya tahan.
That's me if I was a true entrepreneur, yang full entrepreneur. Any opportunity, I will take it.
Tapi ingat ko balik ingat ko balik.
Yeah.
Even macam Iku, dah apa kan ni pasal tu kan? Sekali I remember.
The
delay tu kan. I remember I called you. Sekali, dah apa announce saja ni.
Correct.
Sekali kan di-announce buat apa tu? Nyorang bertext semua takut ada temes apa kan.
Sure.
Sekali last buat live.
Yeah.
First time buat live.
I remember it was okay. This is what I remember. This you right now talking to me was like 1% of it sahaja masa tu. Seriously. And then you asked me, "Macam tu, how do I do it? You know, macam boleh kita dapat anu tu?" And I was like, I didn't do it like first time terus I didn't do that. First time I went live or I went to do anything, it was always berunggau dulu. It was always berunggau dulu. I would take step by step, and then after that, alhamdulillah, you know, you are where you are today, and I am where I am today, and everyone is wherever they are because they took it step by step. So sometimes you know why you ask that question, because your mind is now kira saturated with all this information coming in. So more information coming in, orang ni semua Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang ke channel saya. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much. If you haven't liked or subscribed, you hit that like button, subscribe. You see that all the time. So you feel like, if aku
macam mana? Apa styleku?
Assalamualaikum, you know. You do that, it's like, yes, of course you do that. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Siapa membuat macam mana, however they do it, it's up to them how they do it. But when you start mimicking, itu yang payah.
Yes.
I cannot copy Matt Watson, the greatest car reviewer ever. I cannot, because I'm Mirul, he is Matt. You know, I can't copy Mahfiz because I'm Mirul, and Mahfiz cannot copy Mirul because Mahfiz is Mahfiz. I can't copy, let's say, some other host with the most, because I am who I am. I am the host.
Style masing-masing mah.
Correct. And then people say, kalau kau lawa buat video video kau punya angle lawa. So I didn't post it. Guess what? I lost because I didn't post it. Angle lawa ka, lightingnya ka, color grading. Guess what? At the end of the day, macam dia berapa? I'm not gonna post it. This guy just lost. Kalah. Content creating 101, I would say to anyone, to all the salesmen who just started and everything. Content creating 101, post. Hari-hari post one. Bida mah bos aku punya dulu masa when I was managing sales. Bida bos, bida so what? Guess what? The guy behind you lagi bida gambarnya tapi di postnya. And guess what? He got one sales. I mean. So I think the question that came out of your mouth is due to our perception on how people needs to be a host. Do they need to have that kind of voice? No, the world is changing. I don't have to have a golden voice. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I don't have to do that anymore. Because people want to hear real things. People want to hear real voices. People want to hear real stories. People want to know the real, the real story behind you. And macam mana boleh you punya, you macam ni, macam mana boleh you indah macam ni, macam tu So, and I'm glad that you went, and I'm glad that you did it anyways. And you asked me, "Macam boleh tu video?" I was like, "No, do it, do it."
Ingat itu ada teks panjang.
Don't think about how people will perceive you. Pasal there are billions of people in the world, and 1 million of them will hate you. There are billions of people in the world, 1 billion people will love you.
Tapi alhamdulillah, I'm glad I made that step, yang small step atau.
Yep.
Pasal it opens up banyak barang. Macam kan, you know, aku buat freelance like 10 years tu behind the scene. Orang dah tahu. Sekali once aku buat live, buat apa, buat itu ni.
Can I imagine what the questions were?
Apa tu?
Macam mana hantu Mahfiz? Ada kan? Ada. Did you get those kinds of questions?
Bukan. Dia macam baru tahu orang melihat benda tu macam megah.
Oh, baru tahu orang faham what goes behind all of the things.
Sekali padahal macam bagiku biasa-biasa. So macam awal-awal tu Indah payahku tunjukkan.
There you go. Yeah.
Sekali lepas tu sudah aku tunjukkan, oh rupanya kau buat ni, kau buat ni, kau buat ni. Sekali baru tu orang tahu.
Okay.
Sekali, oh rupanya this is the how it goes awal-awal.
You know what I love the most about one of your like kira series of things is your logo making. Masa tu sekejap tu, you kept on like accentuating logos. Macam you took a logo,
you break down
broke it down kenapa logo ni macam ni, and then you recreated the logo to be, you know, something else, right? So I think that one goes far than I think melihatkan orang yang membuat logo tapi improving the logo as well, improving without explaining what it is, and I appreciated that very much. And you showed the inner makings of how people think, you know, the chain of thoughts that goes into making a logo. And why I love this the most is because logo, I believe, is the most important aspect in your business.
Correct.
Because for example, what you're wearing right now, right? What you're wearing is Jordan, and people know that because of that. Yes, people would think Nike. Yeah, dude, it's Nike. But guess what? Nike is Nike, Jordan is Jordan because of this.
Yes.
So, are you wearing Nikes or are you wearing Jordans? People are asking that question now. What you wearing tonight? Nikes, Jordans. They're the same. People in the Baham would say they're the same. But for people who are enthusiastic, they say, of course, my Jordans. Why are you wearing your Nike Air Force One saja? So people would think that way. So a brand is not just Chana. People think buat logo saja, logo macam saja. Which I sometimes try to push people. For example, the gym that I go to, dia punya logo, aku rasa macam I want to change it. And then he goes, it's okay lah. Ada orang kan membuat apa itu. I was like, siapa yang buatkan dulu ni? I asked them, a friend of his, you know. Oh, and then I looked around. I asked them questions again. Who was this friend? This friend was actually a graphics designer. Tapi the graphics designer is bukan yang professionally a graphics designer, but maybe employed as a graphics designer and then started from scratch to become a graphics designer. So your punya note was okay. I understand what you're trying to say. It's gym, gear, functional, you know, because it's called functional. So functional gear, and then you got the gym, you got the weights and all that. I'm like, but you know, I wish it was better. I wish it was something that I would be proud of to put on my t-shirt. Atu yang ku selalu pikirkan. If anyone wants to make a logo, are you proud to put it on your chest?
Yes.
Are you proud to put it here as, wow, this is my logo? You know what I mean? You know? It's the same as people working. It's like, are they proud to put that brand on their chest? You know what I mean? So if you're not proud to put that brand on the chest, try to improve it. You know? Try to improve it.
Terus. So, okay. Berbalik pasal brand ya.
Sure.
What is your favorite brand?
My favorite brand? I don't know. I mean, what? Okay, what brand? Coffee brand?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Clothing brand. Clothing brand. My favorite brand I don't know, nothing. I mean, I have no preference. If it looks good, I'll wear it, and if it doesn't destroy another country, then I'll wear it as well. You know, if it's something that that does not. Something that looks good, that's it. I have no preference. I used to macam Cotton On and all that. These are brands that I love to go to. But if you ask me where I love to go to, then I love going to Cotton On, Uniqlo, brands outlets, especially these cheaper brands and all that. Thrift stores, if there are any. I love going to those kinds of places as well. And if you're asking about shoes, I can't wear them anymore today. Yeah. So
Faham.
yeah.
Faham.
I'm very 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 strict on that one as well with my kids as well. Even kalau kadai tu check.
Oh.
Are they in the list? No, they're not in the list. Okay, boleh. You know. So
Faham.
I don't know. But yeah, I wear those brands. I wore those brands. I mean, I bought those brands. I can still wear them.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as yang ni boycott, so cannot wear it. It's like it's right there. Don't waste. Don't waste. You know.
Jangan jadi bakar tiba-tiba.
Correct. You know.
Mahal.
Ngatahan bukannya murah tu duit je tu masih. Don't be jangan membazir lah. And then
Tapi jangan beli baru lah.
yeah, don't buy new ones. If you want to buy copies. No, I didn't say that. No, I'm just kidding. Dia jual orang tu kan? But yeah, that's so bad to be on air. But yes, if you're talking about seluar, it's very much any brand.
Yeah.
If you're talking about watches, it's any watches.
Yeah.
I love watches in many ways, but I don't have them. I love looking at them. I love how the inner makings of watches are, the gears and all that, the precision, those kinds of things I love about watches, but I don't have many of them, and I don't intend to have many of them because if you want to invest in gold. And then caps. Nothing in particular. Same thing. Everything I feel looks good on me, I'll wear them. But apart from but naming a brand that I love the most is nada. Not unless it's cars. Cars. Yeah, cars is different.
Okay.
Yeah, cars are different. The thing is, I have my favorite car brands, but I don't have one favorite brand. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Oh, many. I got many. I prefer BMWs versus Mercedes. I love Volkswagen, although the company that had it before did not deserve it. But I loved Volkswagen. When we brought in Skoda, that was also my second love and all that. Minis, of course. I love iconic brands as well. Like all these Minis and Volkswagens and all that. These are like iconic brands. Fords, I loved Fords, and it was almost every car brand except for I don't know. So in every car brand there's always this one car that makes you go So in Subaru they had the WRX STIs and all that. In Mitsubishi they had those Evos, and then bukannya Evo sedan saja, the Evo Pajero as well. They made Evo Pajero. So I was like,
hatchback.
crazy. Then they have the Evo hatchbacks. So all these things, right? So every brand has that one special model that everyone loves. But not every brand produces cars that I love each and every model. There are very few brands that do that. And to name a few, was the one I mentioned, BMW, Volkswagens, not Skoda. Skoda is just a brand, but I didn't really like all of their models because some of them felt like weird in terms of designs. And then nowadays, where I'm at, I'm starting to love their products as well, because the quality that they have versus the ones I remember owning back in the days, macam jauh habis. So BMW, Volkswagen, Mini. Who else? I used to love. No, I think these are the ones: BMW, Volkswagen, Mini. Mercedes is okay. But I don't love them. They're okay to me because in terms of driving, I like to drive cars that exude performance.
I see.
Yeah. So some people like, for example, if I was to ask anyone today, di bawah, I would find at least two differences that I would hear from anyone. Satu, how do you like your car? Aku suka kalau yang macam nyaman. Kalau jalan nyaman. So it's like floaty and all that. So some people like that. And then the other guy would say, I like it when I can feel the road. So every bump and wave, I can feel it. So this is where BMW and Mercedes are different. So BMW is more performance based. You can feel the road and all that. Mercedes, you are driving on cloud 9.
Yes.
So it all boils down to preference.
One thing yang aku belajar masa aku di BMW. Kebanyakan orang rasa BMW sama Mercedes itu dua-dua kereta mahal.
Sure.
So macam kami balik. Tapi yang orang dah faham sebenarnya, cuba kira kan yes, BMW is all about the performance, the thrilling, the character tu kan. Kalau macam Mercedes itu macam orang kan ada sense of achievement.
Correct. Yep.
Kan? Jadi macam the brand punya karakter tu sebenarnya memainkan peranan
Totally different kan?
Yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Because when people drive Mercedes, they find status in that.
Yeah.
They have the sense of I have achieved this and I have bought myself a Mercedes.
Yes.
Whereas to me, I believe this is what BMW owners feel is I just want to perform. I just want to achieve more. Because I bought this car, I achieved this, but I want to achieve more with this car. So this to me is a true definition of what you need to sell to a customer, because you need to always get a customer to understand that the car that they buy is not just a car, but it's an extension of dorang punya personalities, an extension of dorang punya whatever they want to do in life, something like that. So whenever anyone buys a car, to me, it tells me a story about that person. Someone buys a Stargazer with us, right? A Stargazer, which is a 7-seater car, tells me something. The one driving is the daddy, the one sebelahnya is the mommy, the ones in belakang are the children, or maybe the niece and nephew. Tells you a story. But then you see someone driving a Volkswagen Beetle. Oh, must be maybe single, maybe belum ada baby, or just about to have baby, maybe I don't know, looking to buy another car. So this is something that I don't know, in my mind how it works. And I think this is also how it works in other people's minds when people look at your car. So, ani dia pakai Elantra, let's say, right? Elantra must be a young professional, likes performance, or likes sporty stuff, likes nice things and all that. So it always accentuates your personality. And I believe if anyone was to just buy a car, impossible to. They will always look for something that at least ada matching semaku lah, baju putih, kereta putih lah, something like that, something like that. As simple as that pun ada tu orang macam tu. Aku suka hijau banyak. Nah, aku like hijau. So, dan kamu ada kereta hijau kah? Boleh ku wrap untuk kita. Wrapping berapa tu? So they will ask those kinds of questions.
I remember yang the camouflage mini yang
right?
Aku racun.
Belum terlanjut, tapi lawa. And I know we might be letting it go because it's growing on us sudah. My kids are growing big and all that. There are more stuff that I need to put in the back, and the mini 4-door just doesn't suit it at the moment, and inshallah we'll change it, inshallah. Inshallah.
Semoga dimudahkan.
Amin. Alamin. So I'm always speaking. Is this what you want in your podcast?
Of course. Pasal dalam ni kita kan macam kita ni bercerita biasa.
Just bickering and all that.
Pasal every time I'm with you, aku suka dengar. Tanpa banyak information. Sekali tapi masa you change from awal-awal you are a salesman di MBT. So kirakan tell us your journey about.
Alright, okay. Okay, my career dari awal sekali, you went from awal sekali? As a salesman, okay. As a salesman, I started my career actually before NBT. As a salesman, I did not start selling cars.
Oh.
Yes. As a salesman, I started working at this toy store called Just Toys.
Oh.
Do you remember Just Toys?
Yang castle tu.
Yeah. Where now ada aquarium di ujung, di sini ada nasi katok right now, right? So dulu it used to be the only toy store, the biggest toy store in Brunei, called Just Toys. As a salesman, I started my salesman journey there. Pasal it was partly owned by my uncle, and he was like, "You work here," and I was like, "Okay, I'll work here." And then what am I working as? You'll be working as a toy technician. And I'm like, toy technician? What is that? You fix toys. I can't fix toys. That's why you work here. I was like, what do you mean? Then he said, you act like you're fixing the toys. You try to open it, try to change the battery, and if it doesn't work, you sell them the stuff that right behind you. What is that called? That is called upselling. So it's upselling. So I started my journey as a salesman from there. I started to learn to try to do things first. Of course, a kid comes crying, "Mommy, I want to fix my toy." Will you try and fix? And I'm like, I open, I look. Oh, this is battery. I change. I'm that type. I would be honest. I wouldn't just say, "Oh, stop new." It's not good to be that way. So that was my first one, and then from there I moved up. Of course, there's another. You don't make commission, or I didn't make commission. I only made like monthly salaries.
Yeah.
And then I moved up. My auntie offered if I wanted to be in in the car business. Malu ko actually.
Oh.
I didn't want to. Oh, apa the salesman? Apa the salesman? Beri malu.
Ada yang the
You know why? Because almost every door masa tu had no salesman allowed.
Abah.
Yeah, you know?
Ada the mindset yang kena tanamkan kan.
Because of that, I did not want to be a salesman. And then my auntie said, "Jangan peduli tu, you're selling cars." And I'm like, okay, never mind. And then from there, there was a training. I think it was a Japanese guy. Came in, trained us and all that. And then before we moved on from one topic ato, he said, "Who in here really wants to be a salesman?" I put my hand up.
Oh.
Okay, put my hand up because I wanted the job.
Yep.
And then when I put my hand up, he said, "You go down to the street, bring a sign saying you are a salesman."
Oh.
So NB3 dong, you know where it is? Go down from the hill, di luar-luar tu, megang spanduk saying I'm a salesman.
You did that?
At first, I felt like Inda. I am never going to do this. And then he said something to me which was very important. If you don't want to do that, then you won't be able to succeed.
Yep.
Because you'll be malu.
Yep.
You won't want to do things. You'll feel like, I don't want to approach this guy because I'm so shy.
Yeah.
And then I just did it. Guess what? I got about 5 to 6 cars going up to NBT. I didn't get the sales, but 5 to 6 cars saw the spanduk and went up. And they asked, "Did you actually plan?" "No, tu kami nampak orang atuk." So they were waiting upstairs. I was downstairs. They were like, "Kami nampak orang atuk," you know. And then he said, "Go up." I was like, they were like, "Okay, never mind. Kami under suruh training saja." You know what I mean? So that was the turning point where I believed that
Standing out tu penting.
yeah, standing out is penting. Malu tu ke belakang kita. Kita ni mencari rezeki, you know. We're just looking for, you know, we're trying to make money here, you know. So if you malu kan make money, then you're never gonna make money. You know what I mean? Money pun malu kan enggak gayu. You know. So yeah, that was my first one. And then after that, we started our online business. We were talking behind the scenes just now. That one maybe for another topic. And then because of that, I got bored because it was all online. It was so successful, so I got bored. Astaghfirullah, I said. When is something successful, you should be happy. But instead, I got bored. And I said to my now wife, then girlfriend, I said, I want to go back to work. I want to sell cars. And then she was like, yeah, up to you, you know. And then fortunate enough, when I started to go and try to sell cars, she also got her job. So it was like, alhamdulillah lah. Even though we left that behind, we still got our rezeki in terms of work and money every month. So I joined Ford, and then in Ford I was a salesman, and then with Ford as well we established Victory Motorcycles. Victory Motorcycles, over there I sold motorcycles as well. I was supervising some of the stuff for Victory Motorcycles. From Victory, this is where also my life was macam kena control sendiri. Where I felt like I never thought I would be a journalist. I never thought I'd be a writer. But at that time, I was in Ford, I was in Victory. I got married as well. Masa di Ford sama Victory, that was around 2011. And then, was it? Yeah, right there. And then after that, 2010, then went to 2011. And then I was offered by my cousin, sabi niya, "Kau mau jadi journalist di Brunei Times." I was like, "Oh, yeah, of course." I mean, you know, I never thought about it. Yeah, of course, you know.
Awal dulu.
Correct. Fikir belakang kira. Correct. So, went in, and then sent in my CVs and everything, got an interview. And then the interview for Brunei Times was very different. I don't know, maybe because it was my first time, so I thought it was very different. But they talked to me, they asked me, they liked how I can communicate with them and all that. And then after that, they gave me a piece of paper, write anything that write about the thing that you like the most or you feel passionate about. And at that time I was still passionate about music. So I wrote about music. I wrote music. I started with music, that's it. And then it is, I explained what music was in terms of it is a mix of different people playing different equipments, communicating together, being one, and going into harmony, and then synergizing into whatever it is that that you hear now on your your earpods or your speakers, something like that. So when I did that, they actually took me in after that, and I became a happenings writer. So happenings section was more light, bukannya heavy national news macam itu. So I was doing editorial. It's called editorial writing. So editorial writing, I had to find the most boring items and make it interesting. Contoh, yes. So this is where I learned to write about something that is like a lipstick. Lipstick saja dari body shop. I wrote about it so long. One picture, lipstick, and then another picture di sini, mixture of colorsnya apa saja ada. Tapi the article was like so long. So they were like, wow, you could do this? I was like, yeah. You can. You ask me to sell anything, I'll sell it to you. You know what I mean? By selling it to you macam ni, or I'll sell it to you by text, something like that. I'll sell it to you. If you want me to sell you something, I'll sell it to you, like that. And this goes out to everyone else as well. If you're sold by the things that I'm selling to you, it's not me again. Lagi sekali, it's not me. It's you. You're sold by it, you know. So whenever you buy anything, don't blame the salesman. Blame yourself, because you're the one who says, "I'm gonna buy it." Convinced. You're convinced. I'm just doing my job, man. You know. But yeah, then from there, kemana Kuta? Bernard Times. Oh yeah, from there I got the marketing job at Maju Motors. Volkswagen. Wow, I was so happy because I loved Volkswagen. And then I got a marketing job there. I was at first a marketing executive. I was just following instructions and everything. And trust me, I've never done marketing. Hindi ko pernah marketing. Hindi ko pernah. When they ask me, do you know how to? Yes. I can.
Tapi PR bagus wah.
Alhamdulillah.
You PR bagus wah.
Alhamdulillah. I think that one also came because of salesman. And also jadi journalist. Because when you become a journalist, you need to talk to people. Kan cari kita punya PR officer. You know, I have to have that PR as well. I was not the type of journalist who went, I'm a journalist, please layan me. Some people, some press around the world macam mana tu. You know, so I come in with my press baju, expecting that everyone will give me all the information. Macam mana tu. Me, I wasn't. I was more of, I'll find the information, because I was in that line, because no one's just going to give me information. Okay, imagine this. You are working in Brunei. You need to produce 4 stories per day. 4 stories per day. For a newspaper. Every day, you need to produce 4 stories. I think we're in Brunei here. Cuman kucing itu. You know, something along those lines. So I had to sit like somewhere, and I'm like, how am I going to produce 4 stories? I went to the mall. I went to every shop. What's your latest product? Okay, they tell me, okay, this is our latest product. I'm from Brunei Times. I hope you don't mind. But what is your latest product? Then they would, they would give it to me. I'm like, how are you selling these? Are they okay? Yeah, because it's new. It's okay. Okay, I don't want this. What is your most hardest selling product? So so these two, I would combine them in one story. At least, and then after that, have one featured story for the other product, so that we can push on that product. So in my line of work, I believe that I needed to push it. I needed to sell it to people for them, because that was my title, editorial writer. That was it. So from there went to Maju, marketing, and then from marketing executive jadi head of marketing. Got a team below me, got visa.
Di sana aku jumpa.
So we met the first time, right? And that was where you told me as well, in the interview, when I asked you if there was one thing that you are lacking and all that. You say you have a short temper, not a bad temper, but a short temper. And I'm like, that's workable, very workable. Everyone has the same thing, you know. And then from there, kemana go? Had that fallout. Went to GHK. GHK, I was there as head of marketing as well, taking care of Jeep, Chevrolet. What else was it that time? Jeep, Chevrolet. Apa lagi tu? Can't remember. But yeah, because the span of time for me being there was very short. And then I went back to Maju. And then at that time, it was taken care by the sister. And we from there it all was going well and all that. We had a general manager who was very this was when you came in. This was when you came in. So this general manager is a pushy guy.
Yeah.
And to me, I appreciate it until today.
Yeah.
Kalau ia indah macam tu, maybe I would have worked slower than what I'm doing now. But because ia macam tu, I was like, wow, everything is like go, you know.
Kopi mesti berpecah
Mahfiz, you gotta do this, Mahfiz. You know, you gotta do this. I was like, what? You gotta change this one. Just
oh yeah.
And I realized at that time, I was like, sakitnya si Mahfiz. I was like, really, man? It's like this artist, you ask him to work here, but you don't give him the freedom
proper
to
direction.
freedom to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Not just proper direction, but even with proper direction, you will still do the things that you need to do as an artist, right? Because you are not just a graphics designer, but you have someone with an artistic background as well. So with that artistic background, you want to give them direction, expect magic. I would say to anyone. So when you expect magic, don't change the magic. You can have feedback. Boleh feedback. It's like, you know, you can tell them why I feel this way about that thing. I love it, but why do I feel this way about that thing? You have to be able to know how to communicate with someone who has a very sensitive heart towards their art. So, anyways, going back to that, we did Skoda and all that as well, kan? And then after that, I left that for apa? Sometimes I think I forget some things. Oh no, because 3 or 4 years of my life already, I was at TCY. Back to kira macam the family who did Ford lah. So back to them, and then I was at TCY taking care of Peugeot, SsangYong, and DFSK. This was the most recent one, and I was the sales manager there. I managed the salespeople and marketing. So marketing was like just very small, but sales was the one that's big there. And then I said, I am tired of making the same amount of money every month, and I want to make more. Then I called Hyundai, whether or not my friend Izol is there. He's the marketing manager there. I was like, so you're looking for salesmen? And he was like, yeah, I think they are looking because they're trying to renew a team and all that. But I want to be in. And then he was like, give me your CV. Sent my CV. They called me in, and the first thing they asked me, why? Why do you want to be a salesman when you're already there in the ranks as a sales manager? Then I told them, one thing I said is, sometimes in life, you want to be there. You want to be at the top of the mountain. Sometimes in life, I said, you want to be at the top of the mountain. But most times in life, you want to be comfortable. Am I right or am I wrong? So, where is comfortable? Di rumah, di bawah. You know what I mean? So from there, I was where I was, which was at the top of the mountain, but it wasn't comfortable. It was cold. Nobody liked me. I was a manager. Of course, your salespeople hate you. Of course, you lose friends because this manager sudah ni. Because my circle of friends, they're not high ranking and everything. They feel like I can't be with him anymore, something like that. So it was cold. It was too high, and then that's one reason. The other reason was, although I was that high, my ego did not provide for me that much. Dia banyak makanan. So I was kind of hungry, I was cold. Sudah tersanjung di atas gunung itu, but it was cold and I was hungry, nahan rasa lagi, And I was alone again. And then I said, because of that, I want to have more food on my table. So where do I get it most? Di bawah sikit. Pasal some of the eagles di bawah tu, they produce more food. Or the land below produces more veggies and all that. And then I said, because of that, I want to go back down. And I don't think anyone should stop anyone from doing that. I said, it's not me saying you should humble yourself, but it's me saying, go where try to understand yourself. For anyone out there, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to understand you, what you need, who you are, where you want to be, but tapi at the end of it is, what do you really, really desire at the end of it? Macam itu. So for me, my only goal was, I want to make more money, man. I want to make more money. And being a sales manager does not make me more money where I was, because, because they don't pay good. They don't. You give me good commission as well. So I said, jual aku saja. Guess what? Less stress. Dia payah meeting hari-hari. MIB meeting dia berhenti. You know what I mean? And then after that, I was like, I was more. The only stress I have now is for myself and my family. That's it. Dulu the stress
di kerja
buat and it was successful. Yang untung. You know what I mean? Where's my untung?
Faham.
My untung mana? So not to say that it's not good that work, because that work was stable. Every month I'd get the same amount of money, so I know how to plan my financials. But here where I am today, I believe I have the sky's the limits. So I can make more with more comfort as well. So then today I am a Hyundai sales consultant. At Hyundai Brunei, of course.
Sekali macam once you masuk ke Hyundai atau ada you post your story, your journey itu kan. Aku lihat sampai habis wah.
I didn't expect that.
Benar, pasal macam nyaman sih. Macam hari ni lah, nyaman sih melayan, nyaman. Sekali, kira kan yang paling ku nampak from your storytelling itu syok.
Alhamdulillah.
Syok didengar wah.
Yeah, I do that for my kids. I have practice every day. Every day I have to tell them a story.
Rupanya.
No, not really, but Chana, you want to be a salesman, or you want to sell something, or you want to Chanila, you have to be that way because you want to deliver a message. If you cannot deliver the message, then why are you wasting your time? You know what I mean?
No.
So that's why my tone goes, Tapi
dapat develop ke tak?
Yeah, you are developing it. What are you talking about? Dapat develop it. Of course, you are developing it. You see, you are comfortable. You are, so you are developing it. And the way I tell stories will never be the way you tell stories. And I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing it from anyone that I have good storytelling skill. Seriously.
Benar.
To be honest, that's the first time I've heard it.
I see.
But Alhamdulillah, I have to keep my composure.
tapi aku masih belum yang itu that part atau aku masih belum dapat imagine yang you were shy apa tu.
Oh yeah, I was. Of course.
I know you did so many things.
Yes. So now where I am right now is with the radio, right?
No,
Okay. So with the radio, it was never my dream. It was my mom's dream.
Okay.
It was never something that I imagined I can do because I'm not much of a talker dulu tu. Macam sampai ni lah, I'm not much of a talker. If I don't have anything to talk about, I'll stay quiet. Macam tu. So if you ask me a question, I'll tell you about it, and I'll try to tell you in detail. And guess what makes maybe a great storyteller, as you said, right? It's because I want to deliver each and every detail so that lepas ni, dah orang tanya lagi. You know what I mean? Dah orang tu bertanya lagi. Masa mu tadi tu macam bukan. I don't want
so
that
faham
kind
terus
of, correct.
Faham terus.
I have to make sure that everyone says, there you go. There you go. That's when you know you've delivered that message. That's when you know you have already made people there understand.
Tapi sepanjang aku kenal kita, nada pernah aku tanya soalan yang sama dua kali ya. Ia checking.
Entah. Because I am not the type of count. Benar. You can ask me the same question 10 times, I will not remember it as well. Because mana-mana I don't know who I am to anyone. But I believe that when you ask me a question, I'll just answer you. When you ask me, Chana, but tell me the problem. Tell me the problem. Without you telling me the problem or the equation, I can't give you the equation to solve it.
No.
Cumana you can solve all you want. But if you don't tell me the problem, I can't solve it for you.
Benar.
Indah aku minta solve, then don't tell me. Don't come to me and say, Cumana. If you came to me, I 100% believe that you are asking me to help you at least ease the burdens.
How do you keep your energy itu, Pak?
Ada
kan pernah aku tanya juga. Minggu skrip di sini. I mean, masa tu, ada time masa aku bertanya tu, you were in KB. Sekali the next few hours you were in bandar.
Alhamdulillah.
Sekali kau macam mana boleh ya? And then the energy tu masih lagi flowing itu. Macam mana tu?
Passion, I believe. If you have the passion to do it, then it doesn't matter what time it is. You'll keep doing it. Kalau tidak ada passion itu, bangun awal pun macam kerja lagi.
Benar.
Di mana kerja mana? Sebelah sini. Walaupun rumahnya sebelah tu, they'll be late to work.
Alam banyak snooze tu.
Correct. If you don't like the things that you're doing, then it's going to be hard for you.
Yep.
Really, really hard for you. So how did I keep the energy up? I guess if you talk about just the energy, I guess you eat right. And eat whatever you want lah, but eat right. What I mean by that is, kalau you like 10 things today, eat one of them.
Yep.
Eat one of them and eat a little bit of everything else boleh. Macam tu, something like that. I'm no nutritionist. I am not a diet guru or fitness guru. Just this disclaimer. But this is my experience. I don't eat in the mornings. Usually sampai pukul 12, pukul 1 macam tu. Kalau pukul 12 dulunya lunch tu.
Coffee saja lah.
But throughout the day coffee. Throughout the morning coffee. And then I eat whatever I want, but at the same time try to portion it correctly. And then exercise, of course. Exercise is important lah. It helps with your movement, your macam right now I haven't exercised in a while. Now my elbow feels macam macam bukan ngek but macam loose. Feels a bit loose. So that happens to me on my knees as well. If I don't work out for a long time, my knees feel like sakit, especially masa sembahyang and all that. When I have to bertumpu jatuh, sakit tu. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I know that's an indication that I need to work out. So working out. I mean, I'm not in my fittest right now, but I've been in this one stage where I felt like the whole world cannot go against me. Fit mana rasa aku masa tu. Masa tu lah, that one like very short span. Pasal sudah rasa fit mana tu, I tersesat jalan. Aku fit sudah. Aku boleh makan mana? Aku fit sudah. Aku boleh makan nasi every time lah, So it's something that I think everyone goes through it lah. They get fit, they get fat, then they get fit again. They get fat again, then they get fit again. So this is life,
Calinya, aku baru cerita dah durang yang durang the crew ni. Aku pernah ada bet. Untuk mengurangkan berat badan.
Yes.
Dalam masa 3 bulan.
Sure.
10 kilos the bet.
Sure. With who did you bet with?
Masa tu kawanku sekolah lah.
Okay. And then
sekali 3 weeks I lose around 8 kilos. Sekali macam 3 minggu baru. 3 minggu je. Boleh ada progress.
It was 3 months kah?
3 months baru aja lagi.
Okay, what happened?
Makan lagi, makan. Sekejap bila due date-nya?
Exactly. Because sebelum I went here. Just a few days ago, I was hanging out with a good friend of mine, si Danny, before puasa. We were having breakfast, and then he basically commented, "I thought you were doing, your workout and all that. How come you're like gaining weight?" I said, "I'm eating. That's why I'm gaining weight." I said, "Kan? Because 90% of it is in the kitchen." That's what they said. I was like, he gained weight as well. So he was like saying, "Why don't we talk about something like this?" So I said, "Yeah, of course. Why do you think people fall? Why do you think people fail their diets or their their journey? Because they get comfortable and they get confident. And because I feel like I'm fit, so I'm okay. Minum why not Spanish latte instead of just latte kosong? You know what I mean? Why not get a little bit of mocha in there? Get a little bit of mocha in my life. Something like that. So you sing with happiness. Makan cake sikit lah. All this sikit.
Lama-lama
lurus tu je orang tua tu. Lama-lama jadi bukit. Boy bukit. So
masih jadi bisa.
But seriously, I mean, this is what happens to everyone and in everything in life. If it gets comfortable, you get stagnant. It's not just body now, in your business as well. You get comfortable, you're making the the 5 digit, let's say per month, let's say orang tu making the 5 digit, jangan mana they start to boleh kali beli iPhone 15 Pro. Aku ada iPhone 15 saja, boleh iPhone 15 Pro lah. Melayan your nafs there. When you start layaning your nafs, that's where I believe failure will come after. And it's dangerous for everyone. And anyone in the business, there are 3 things you shouldn't do. One is don't gamble. Don't play with women. And number 3, don't be, don't don't give in to your desires too much. Yes, everyone has their like way to express themselves and also to gift to themselves. Do it in the most
Moderate way.
lah.
I think this is probably the last question lah before we wrap off.
Sure.
So, kira kan you mentioned about business failures. In business ni memang ada ups and downs. Normal. Nada business yang nada fail, nada apa. Tapi have in your journey atau career journey atau have you been macam at your lowest moment? Tapi how do you get up balik? Pasal ni orang business ya naik cuma tu senang. Bukan bilang sana. Ada step lah. Ya turun confirm. Tapi ni nah kan that slope atau kan naik balik atau tu yang ni orang perlu ada certain drive.
Sure.
Macam mana kan apa tu. So if you have any experience on that, you might want to share.
Okay. There's one thing that I believe 1,000,000% is that if you start something and you ever feel like giving up, don't. Pasal honestly, nothing good comes from giving up. Pasal when you give up, you just throw it away, betul kira-kira. So your question whether I had a downfall in my sub-entrepreneur journey, bukan entrepreneur benar kan? And my journey as a salesman and making commission as my money, of course I had my downfalls where I had to hutang. I had to pinjam money. It was very embarrassing, but at the same time, me as a human being had to do what I needed to do. And alhamdulillah, everything is paid for as well. And how did I get back up? I think this is, I don't know if your podcast is the type that people would accept it wholeheartedly. But to me, if you have this heart that goes to only one, inshallah, everything just goes. Seriously, man. I mean, sometimes, most of the times, when I'm like, no, DUIT is short. What am I gonna do? I don't call my friends first. I call to Allah first. You pray, you prostrate, you masa sujud itu batah tadi sada. Minta tah walaupun dalam bahasa Melayu kedayan kaya apakah dusun kaya whatever it is.
Faham itu.
Allah faham.
Faham itu.
Allah is the master of all languages. So when you do that and you benar-benar reda with whatever the outcome comes after this, inshallah. Seriously, man. I cannot entahlah. I don't know. The thing is, okay, but in terms of physical, yang bukan spiritual or humanity and all that, what goes into it is you usaha. Your usaha should not be 50%. It should be 100%. If it fails, times 10. If it fails, again, times 10. Contoh. If you really want this to work, and then after that, just keep going, keep going. Besar, if you hit rock bottom, di mana lagi kan dituju? Kemana lagi kan dituju?
Sujud lah.
So you sujud sudah kan toh? Kemana lagi kan dituju? You naik berdiri. So if you hit rock bottom, the only way is up. And when you're up there, be prepared. Because the only way is where?
Turun lagi.
Down.
Yes.
But if you practice down and you go back up and you go back down lagi to thank, inshallah, you will never be up going down.
That is beautiful. Lawa tu benar.
When you're always practicing that, down, and you go back up, you do. At the end of the day, alhamdulillah, everything I make money. Down. Go back down. Go back down. Whoever you are, penjudi ke kau. Seriously, man. Whoever you are, your scammer and everything. At the end of the day, you just go down. Because at the end of the day, inshallah, this person will be the best man you will ever see. You know what I mean? Because he knew how to scam someone out of money. Maybe next time he'll be the next dai yang mendakwahkan orang and get scam these these kafirs into going to Islam. Something like along those lines, you know what I mean? But I think the only way to go back up if you're ever down is to remember that you need to just stand up. Jangan lupa macam mana berdiri. When you are down there, you're lying down. Did you forget how to stand up, boy? Get up. Get up. Get up. It might be something that people say, apaan? Kau ingat senang kan? Of course, itu bukan senang. I know it's not senang. But get up.
Diri saja.
Get up. Hey, man.
No. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Lawa. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
your time.
Mahfiz. No problem.
I know you're a busy man. Berhabis.
Sadar.
Sibuk ni.
Alhamdulillah. The thing is, I believe if you're not busy, you need to be worried. You need to be worried. Kenapa kena busy Kenapa kena ada apa-apa Sure, just drama ni kenapa kena busy Seriously, I get to that point sometimes where I'm lazy and I just I binge on my Korean dramas.
Yeah.
And then after I binge, I kalau terstop sekiranya macam azan ke apa itu stop, kenapa kena sibuk orang dah worried ke? Bahaya. It's very bahaya. Yeah.
So kira kan that's when you know your life itu stagnant tu.
Correct.
Itu bahaya.
Correct, bahaya.
Okay.
Anyways, yes.
I wish ada masa lagi lebih panjang.
Ada masa.
I wish.
Ada
I just
masa,
wish.
insyaAllah.
We
We can have part 2 for this one, inshallah. If anyone asks for it.
Amin.
If anyone asks for it.
Kalau ada mau
I don't mind
part
coming
2,
in.
please comment.
Inshallah. Maybe not in my work clothes and everything lah. Not more. Kau betul macam dah style lo. Just kidding. But yeah.
Just in case. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind. I mean, the thing is, Mahfiz, when you ask me, when you told me that every time I say anything, it works. Really, I just want everyone to know as well. When you take advice in, that's when it works. But when you don't take the advice, that's when it doesn't work. Pasal it's up to you, bah.
Yep.
When you hear what I said just now, pasal tunduk naik. Kalau orang sana, pening. Crap. What he's saying is crap. It's like, okay, fine. It's up to you. Seriously, man. It's up to you. Because everything in life is not about orang lain. It's up to you. It really is up to you. You decide which path you want to take. You decide what you want to do with your business. You decide with what you want to do with you. Lampuh gue. Macam tu
Teruskan.
You did that. Nada bukannya si Adi. I can blame my wife for it, but deep inside, I know it's me.
Siapa yang makan?
I could have said no. Yang menyebut cuma ni siapa? Aku kaya, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Sekali alasan yang lain lagi je. Aku angkat pasti juga.
Suduga. Ya, angkat pasti ngam. Bagus, terima kasih aja. Terima kasih to whoever says that is like terima kasih. You do angkat pasti. Kena tinggi je. No, just kidding. But yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. So anyways, I'll sign out for you.
Boleh?
Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in to is this a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
YouTube and Spotify.
YouTube and Spotify? All right. Thank you very much to everyone for joining us on this YouTube and Spotify podcast by Senimerge. And my name is Mirul. I am not your host, but Mahli is your host for today. So we just want to sign out. I just want to wish everyone a great day ahead of you. If your day started very, very bad, don't worry, because good things will come. Innamal al-usri yusra. That means with hardship is ease. Bukannya comes ease is ease. Pasal a lot of people would say, kalau ada hardship baru ada ease. No, it's not that way. Dengan hardship, dengan kesusahan is where the ease is. So if you don't have hardship in your life, you need to be worried as well. Because ease can also be the test. So, inshallah, if your day was bad, started bad, inshallah, it will be better. Because everything bad has an ending, everything good has an ending. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Itu saja untuk kalian ni. Assalamualaikum.